a man accidentally travels back to ancient times and transforms into the esteemed third prince. Not only does he win the affection of the empire's most beautiful princess, but he also takes the remarkably leggy Lulan Empress as a concubine. All these extraordinary adventures begin on the day he undertakes a mysterious mission. That day, he accidentally stumbles into a deep cave. Little did he expect. This cave is actually a secret passage to an ancient continent. Inside the cave, the man discovers a corpse with an identical face. At this moment, an assassin is about to destroy evidence. In a split second, the assassin suddenly throws a concealed weapon. Fortunately, the young man reacts quickly. He sidestepped. He drew his gun and countered. Just then, the side consort of the third prince hurried over. She mistakenly identified the man as the third prince. It seems this girl took me for someone who was just annihilated. I didn't expect he was still a prince. The man was momentarily at a loss. He even claims that he doesn't know her. The concubine explained that he was just married in last night. The two haven't spoken yet. After hearing this, the man had a sudden idea. He was injured in the head. His memory is vague. He took the opportunity to acknowledge the concubine's identity. In that case, let's get the wedding night business done first. It's okay, Your Highness. Your fiancé has arrived. You are the fifth prince. Oh my. What a useless playboy, just like a mud that can't stick to the wall. Sigh. Why are you still cursing at me? Well, I am still the fifth prince of the current dynasty. And your husband, too. Tell us the truth. The princess came today to break off the engagement. It's true, I came to break off the engagement. I am here to break off the engagement, Long Tian. As long as you sign it. The Southern Prince's mansion will ensure your peace and safety in Jiangcheng. How? What if I don't sign, huh? I tell you, useless prince. What airs do you think you're putting on here? We know very well. You were demoted to Jiangcheng because you offended the crown prince. Let me tell you, now that His Majesty is seriously ill and bedridden, the crown prince should take charge. Without the protection of our southern commandery, do you believe you could survive at any moment? Crown Prince. They are people sent by Prince Ji to force my son to break off the engagement. Don't they fear the Emperor's wrath? Let alone whether the Emperor's illness can be cured. Based on the great achievements of my father and grandfather from 3 generations of the Southern King, I, Mu Rongyunyen, would never marry such a good-for-nothing prince who has accomplished nothing. Don't push it too far. If he had any ability at all, he wouldn't let a concubine speak on his behalf without uttering a word. Tomorrow we will stay in Jiangcheng for 3 days. Within 3 days, you must consider carefully and give me your answer. Xiao Cui, the fierce tiger. Let's go. Report. The Lulan Empress has just sent someone to shoot this letter onto the city wall. Lulan Empress. Son-in-law, what does it say? Your Highness, the Lulan Empress states that tomorrow she will lead an army of 100,000 to attack the city. She wants you to clean yourself up and prepare to enter her palace as a concubine. All right, this king understands. You should immediately issue an order for the king to personally lead the expedition tomorrow. Swear to defeat the Lulan army. Lulan has always been a major threat to us in recent years. The Empress of Lulan is a rare military genius in 100 years. Even my father wouldn't dare to say he could defeat her with absolute certainty. I advise you not to go seek death. Sigh. So according to you, what do you think should be done? Now, give me the command authority to mobilize troops in Jiangcheng. Why give the command authority to you? It's true that at this moment, besides me, is there anyone else in Jiangcheng capable of resisting the Roland army? Isn't it so? This king could clearly defeat the Empress of the Lulan Empire by strength alone. Why should I give the command authority to you? Your own strength. Is it just about being slick with words and having the ability to be despicable? I told you, you useless piece of trash, being kind is like treating you as a donkey's liver and lungs. Our princess holds no grudges. She kindly guards the city for you. And you still aren't happy about it? The car keys are lost. Can Jiangcheng bear this responsibility? If Jiangcheng were to fall, I shall bear the responsibility for this division. Princess, let's leave together. Shameless little Chui. Let's go and let him fend for himself. Yes, Your Highness. Do you really have a way to deal with the Lulan army? Of course, it's just a mere 100,000 troops. This king can defeat the enemy with a flip of the hand. This should be it. I remember coming through this cave back then. What should I do now? Got it. But with this Barrett, I can take the enemy general's head from among the thousands. Isn't that simple? Princess Demon Lord, let this lowly general clear the path for you. General Zhu is truly worthy of being the city's guardian. His spirit soars to the heavens. I, Mu Rong Yun Yen, will await here for the general's command. This lowly general obeys. Princess, I think that useless fifth prince is just a coward, talking about personally leading the troops. Not even a shadow has been seen until now. I guess he might have already escaped back to the capital. If he really dares to flee the battlefield and return to the capital, he will face the judgment and conviction of the Dali Temple. What breed of horse is this? It's even more agile and swift than our Lolon's finest steed, the red hare. This doesn't look like a horse to me. It looks more like an iron lump with two cartwheels attached. The princess's horse is actually faster than the prince's blood-sweating steed. This shouldn't be a horse, but rather a type of mechanical beast. What is a mechanical beast, princess? It's from the Mo family, the most secretive among the various schools of thought across the 5 continents. They excel at creating all kinds of mechanical beasts. This mechanical beast must have originated from the Mo family. If that's the case, the 2 seniors on this mechanical beast are from the Mo family, who have come to help us. It is possible that the court learned about the Lulan project in advance. They specifically sent these 2 seniors to Jiangcheng to spend some time together. When you meet these 2 seniors, you must show them great respect. People like them are extraordinary beings. They are not ones we can afford to offend. It is the princess, it is the princess. Murong Yanya, to meet Sir Mu. To welcome me so grandly. It's truly surprising to this prince. To dare to pretend to be a senior from the Meng family and deceive this princess into kneeling is truly shameless. It's clear that you all are the foolish ones. You mistook this person, and now you're blaming this prince. Furthermore, Princess Murong, aren't you supposed to be recuperating? How did you end up here? Which princess got injured? Yeah, last night the princess and I went to the Qing Wangfu to find that useless guy. Who would have thought he actually used despicable means to ambush the princess? Such a thing actually happened? Prince, do you know? Princess Murong is the poisoned daughter of the Jinnan Wang. You have offended the king of Jinan. Even I cannot protect you. If I remember correctly, you are the defender of Jiangcheng, General Zhu Dacheng, right? Exactly, that is me. In that case, Lu Dazheng, do you know your crime? What crime does this general have? This prince is commanded to guard Jiang City. Then you are a subordinate of this prince. But you have spoken disrespectfully to this prince. Such treasonous behavior is a grave offense. You still dare to claim innocence? This general is currently leading troops against the Roland army. In a moment of desperation, there is indeed a great enmity with Su Wu. I must ask, who did that? You sent troops without permission. Last night, I ordered all troops to hunt under my command. Without my order, no one is allowed to send troops on their own. Xianer, you tell General Zhu of the Great Zhou dynasty's laws regarding military orders, how they should be followed. Your Majesty, you have disobeyed military orders. According to the laws of the great state, you should be executed. The Zhu family army acted without your command to engage the Lulan army on their own. That is indeed inappropriate. However, he is brave and fearless, charging into battle alone. Everywhere, I showcase the true nature of a man from the Great Zhou. Yet you, as the commander of Jiangcheng, have arrived late like a timid turtle. Aren't you the most unforgivable one? According to Princess Morong's wishes, in battle, it's whoever arrives at the battlefield first. If you ask me, that's not what I meant. Long Tian, you are simply grasping at straws. Your Highness, why bother getting angry with this useless coward? I say, Fifth Prince, didn't you say yesterday that you would lead the charge to defeat Lulan? Right across from us is the Lulan Empress and her 100,000 troops. Go on, let us all see how you become a soul beneath the blades of the Lulan cavalry. A little wretch. Just wait for His Highness. I can't help but be careful. I will have your tongue cut out immediately. In autumn, do you only bully the women of the Great Zhou? If you really have the ability, go and drive back the troops at the Roland West Pass. Since the Dragon King has already come, he is naturally prepared. I advise you not to go up there and seek death. Do you see? The Princess of Lulan is over there. He is the first warrior of Lulan, Tuobaji's master. Even I am no match for him. Let alone you, an ordinary person who has never trained in martial arts. Just because you can't do it doesn't mean you should open your eyes wide. See clearly how this king drives back this so-called first warrior of Lulan. The woman in the palanquin is the Empress of Lulan, General Tuoba. Yes. Prince Lanzhan, the loyal and brave prince. I am Long Tian, indeed. Our Empress said, Prince Wu. As long as you obediently strip naked and willingly walk onto her carriage, we will immediately retreat our troops. Tell your Empress, I will send the same message to her, and I don't need him to take off his clothes. I have heard before that the fifth prince is incompetent. It seems this rumor is not entirely unfounded, but no matter how confident you are, the 100,000 troops of Lulan behind me will completely shatter your dignity. The mighty Empress, does she think she can bully the young ones with her palace? Ha ha ha. I know what you're plotting, Fifth Prince. You want to provoke me into a one-on-one duel with you. Let me tell you, you don't have that kind of mind. But since you've brought it this far, then I'll give you a chance. As long as any one of you can defeat me, the mighty warrior of Lulan, not Qishur, I'll immediately retreat my troops. How about that? What? Are you kidding me? How could your parents give you such a puny name? Fine little ants. Listen up, soldier. This general's name is Mop Eating Shit. Not Mop Eating Shit. Yes, Mop Eating Shit. Boy, I see you're looking for death. I'll cut you in half with one stroke. You despicable Shuangwen. You actually resorted to sneak attacks. Withdraw quickly in winter. You can't match him. Oh no, the princess's injuries haven't fully healed yet. She may not be his match. Princess, this subordinate will assist you. Ha 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 ha. Let me tell you the truth. General Tuoba's body has reached the realm where even blades and spears cannot penetrate, let alone the two of you. Even if all the experts from your great province were to attack him together, they couldn't injure him in the slightest. Ha ha ha. How is this possible? How could you weak creatures from the great province ever understand the strength of my Lulan warriors? Prince, no. 5. All the fierce generals from your great province have been defeated by me. Shouldn't you quickly kneel down, beg for mercy, and surrender? Hand over the border city. I might spare your miserable life. Wait a minute. I'm talking about the Lady Emperor of Lulan. They were defeated by you. But I have not been defeated by you. Why should I kneel before you? You useless fool. The princess of our county fainted and spit blood because of you. And you're still here spreading rumors? Prince number 5, you can't be truly crazy, right? Even Princess Morong and the tiger couldn't handle him together. So what makes you think you can? With what? Just with this Barrett sniper rifle in my hand? Ha ha ha, Prince number 5. Do you really think you can defeat me, the invincible warrior of Lulan, with just a sniper rifle? Should I say you're foolish? Or should I say you're naive? Ha ha ha, kid. You call this thing a gun? Do you think this general has never seen a gun before? Ah ha 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 ha. Can you please stop embarrassing yourself? You say you think you can be a gun? How could that be possible? There isn't even a single soldier. The decision made by His Highness the Prince to send you to defend the border is undoubtedly the biggest mistake he has ever made in his life. You are nothing but a complete waste. You don't deserve Lady Morong at all. All of you, be quiet. His Highness will definitely defeat that good-for-nothing Prince, Tuoba. A mere good-for-nothing who can neither fight nor carry a load. If he can win, little Chui will serve him as a slave from now on. Oh, excuse me. This king does not need a lowly servant like you who is short-sighted and spews filth. All you need to do is kneel down and kowtow 10 times to this king. Humph. Let alone 10. If you can defeat the first warrior across from you, I can bow to you 100 times if you want. The key is, can you do it? Do you deserve it? All right, 100 bows. Then it's settled. But what if you can't win? If I can't win, I'll immediately commit suicide in front of everyone. How about that? All right, I accept your bet. Stop right there. Why is it him? Who are you? How dare you be so arrogant on the battlefield? Bandit from Lulan, you have blinded your eyes. This is the third prince of the great Zhou dynasty, His Highness Long Qian. You should yield quickly. Oh, another madman. However, compared to your third prince, the fifth prince is much more presentable. Even the local male favorites are not worthy of you. The commander of Jiangcheng, Zhu Decheng, greets the third prince. May I ask why the third prince has come to Jiangcheng? This prince is here on the crown prince's orders to inspect Beijing. I happened to encounter the messenger sent by the princess to seek help from Tianshui City, so he hurried over. It turns out to be the third prince. From his tone, it seems he has already aligned himself with the crown prince. You'd better not provoke me. Otherwise, I wouldn't mind killing the second prince as target practice first. If that's the case, third prince, you've brought reinforcements. Well, that's right. I have ordered the governor of Tianshui City to lead 100,000 reinforcements to Jiangcheng. At this moment, they should be on the way. I am concerned about the safety of the people in Jiangcheng, so I came here first. That's great. Your Highness the Third Prince, you truly are the pillar of the great Zhou. He's way better than that useless prince who only knows how to boast. I'm talking about pig intestine. You're not his lackey, are you? You believe everything he says? Enough. Old 5, it was one thing to cause trouble in the capital back then, but now that you've been demoted to Jiangzhou, you're still so ostentatious and frivolous. He's really just a useless piece of work. Exactly. The third prince is a waste. Not only does he love to boast, but he even resorted to despicable means to harm our princess. Otherwise, our princess would have defeated that general from Lulan long ago. What? It turns out there's something like this. Princess Morong, are you all right with your injury? It's not serious. Thank you for the third prince's concern. That's good to hear. If anything were to happen to Princess Morong, I wouldn't be able to explain it to the crown prince and the southern governor. What are you still dazed for, fifth brother? Hurry up and come over to apologize to Princess Morong. Long Qian, we are both princes. What right do you have to command me? Ha ha ha. I really find it amusing to see you people from Dazhou fighting like dogs. However, you really underestimate me, don't you? Luren Empress, I advise you to withdraw your troops immediately. Otherwise, when the governor of Tianshui City arrives with 100,000 troops, you won't even have a chance to retreat. You think 100,000 troops can force me to retreat? That would mean I am quite useless. What exactly do you want? I said, as long as the fifth prince is willing to be my favored concubine. Then the emperor will immediately withdraw the troops. He will never go back on his word. Let the fifth brother be your male concubine. Otherwise, You can sacrifice a bit for the people of this city. Besides, being a consort to the female emperor of Lulan is not a shameful thing. I'm not saying that. Third brother, didn't you say the 100,000 troops would arrive soon? Why are you still so afraid of the Lulan Empress? Could it be that this army of 100,000 is something you made up? Of course, this king wouldn't say anything. The 100,000 troops from Tianshui City are now less than 10 miles from Zhongcheng. Fifth prince, you don't really think the third prince is all bluster like you, do you? That's right, if you have no ability, that's one thing. But the third prince is inspecting Beijing with the crown prince's edict. It's not difficult to mobilize an army of 100,000 men. Report to Her Majesty. Investigate the surroundings. No enemy forces have been found. How is it, Queen of Lulan? Have your scouts discovered an army of 100,000 men? Queen of Lulan, I advise you to retreat immediately. The 100,000 troops of Tianshui City are the elite of our state. You insignificant ants can't deal with them at all. Ha ha ha. I must say, you people from the state really know how to bluff. What a load of nonsense about 100,000 troops. The local scouts have already checked. There isn't even a single troop within 10 miles of Tianshui City. It's impossible. If the third prince says there are, then there definitely are. It must be that your spies are incompetent. They didn't discover the traces of the 100,000 troops. Yes, it must be that the capabilities of the Lulan spies are lacking. 100,000 troops, so many people. It's impossible not to find any traces at all. Don't you understand this yet? He simply doesn't have the ability to mobilize 100,000 troops. He's just here to put on a show. Shut your mouth, Long Tian, you useless waste. Princess Morong, last night, I happened to encounter the spies you sent out. At that time, it was already too late to call for help. I had no choice but to resort to such desperate measures. Third Prince. Princess, this servant believes the third prince did nothing wrong. No matter what. The third prince is also trying to find a way to resolve the crisis in Zhongcheng. Unlike this useless fifth prince, all he does is talk big. When it comes to a critical moment, we still need our princess to risk her life to save him. That's right, even if I am just bluffing. It is still for the survival of the great Zhou that I am strategizing. And you, what have you done, you useless one? You really have the nerve to say that. If you hadn't suddenly appeared and interrupted me, I would have already resolved this Lulan siege crisis. Humph. Resolve the crisis? What do you have to resolve the crisis? Humph. Right. That Lulan Empress just said that as long as you become her consort, she will agree to withdraw her troops. Humph. That being said, fifth brother, your handsome looks do make me a bit envious. However, I seem to have heard that the Empress of Lulan is extremely ugly. When the time comes, you better not vomit on that bed. You really can't expect anything good from a dog. I see you've become addicted to being the prince's dog. How dare you insult our highness, you dog-like person. You speak carelessly and insult me. I can choose not to hold it against you. But his royal highness is of such noble status. Now he is also governing the court for his majesty. His identity is special. It cannot be insulted. I say, you lot who keep rambling. Have you figured out who is going to step forward to face the consequences? Your Highness, these rebel bandits are so rampant. The two brothers volunteer to bring the head of that person for your Highness. Good. You two have followed me for many years. It's time for the world to see your skills. Go ahead. Yes, your Highness, the three of them are facing off against. But what about it? This has countless uses. Go learn from the little thieves of Lulan. Isn't this a piece of cake? Oh dear. Ah. What is it? Your Highness, the one opposite is Lulan's first warrior. Tuaba eats shit. What is this so-called first warrior of Lulan? Why didn't you say so earlier? Your Highness did not allow me to finish speaking just now. Have you had enough of this nonsense? If you have, then get behind me. Watch how I defeat this so-called first warrior of Lulan. You are truly insane. Does he not know the gap between himself and Tobachishi? Princess, don't mind him. Since he insists on seeking death, then let him go die, Your Highness. You must win. Sure. I can't do without you. You brat, do you dare come over? Do you truly not fear death? A true man living between heaven and earth should regard protecting the country and its people as his duty. You insignificant little state are nothing more than a bunch of small fries. Dare to covet our great Zhou's territory. This king can crush you with a flip of his hand. Ha 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 ha. Trying to suppress this general with your other hand. Who do you think you are? That big girl behind you couldn't even defeat me with her hands. What makes you think you can do any better? Are you going to kill this general with that gun in your hand? That's right, you just need to lightly pull the trigger, and instantly, you will become a soul under my gun. Ha ha ha. This general has figured it out. You people from the big state have no real skills, only know how to act tough. Playing tricks. Oh, dragon heaven. Not to mention that your sniper rifle doesn't even have a bullet tip. Even if they sent someone locally to install a dark iron tip for you, do you really think you could pose a threat to an invulnerable General Tuoba? Ha ha ha, kid. I'll show you clearly what true invulnerability looks like. What? How is this possible? It's impossible. How can there be someone in this world who can cultivate to the point where their forehead is invulnerable to blades and bullets? This is definitely a monster. You ants of the great Zhou. Have you witnessed the strength of our Lowlands #1 warrior? I give you a chance. If you kneel and surrender now, I will spare your lives. What do you say? That Lulan general is invulnerable. How are we supposed to fight this battle? Should we just surrender? Everyone, don't believe the Lulan actor's nonsense. Even if he doesn't kill us now, does that mean he won't kill us later? And has everyone forgotten? 30 years ago, the Lulan army invaded Jiangcheng. That night he slaughtered a whole 200,000 of our people. Blood stained the entire moat. Recently, once the Lulan army breaks into the city, our wives, children, and the elderly will meet a tragic end at the hands of the Lulan bandits. Princess Morong is right. My father was killed by the Lulan people. We absolutely cannot surrender. That's right, we must resolutely not surrender. We vow to defend the borders. 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 Don't kill me, I surrender. Don't kill me, I surrender. Don't kill me, I surrender. Third Prince, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you seeking death? I don't want to die with you. But Third Prince, you are His Majesty's son. He is of the imperial bloodline of the great Zhou dynasty. How can he just surrender to Lulan like this? What kind of imperial bloodline is that? I'm about to die right now. How can I care about those things? Do you understand what it means to be a wise man who knows when to yield? Lulan now has General Qin Yang, invincible and impenetrable, who cannot be defeated by any weapon. Conquering the great Zhou is merely a matter of time. My submission now is simply in accordance with the will of heaven. What is wrong with that? Humph. The third prince of Great Zhou, Long Qian, greets the Empress of Lulan. Rise, it's not bad. Great Zhou still has someone who knows the times. From today onward, you just be the local watchdog. Thank you, Empress. Long Qian will definitely be a obedient watchdog from now on. If that traitor prince knew about this, he'd probably be furious to death. Long Qian, you really do enjoy being a dog. First, you were the prince's lapdog, and now you want to be the watchdog of the Lulan's empress. Did you really live like a dog in your past life? Long Tian, stop being so arrogant. Once General Tuoba has you executed, this king will chop your body into pieces and throw them into the mountains to feed the dogs. Don't worry, once this king kills this mop-eating slave, the next one will be you, traitor. All right. I will wait right here. I want to see how this useless fool plans to kill me. Kid, weren't you just boasting about using that piece of junk To kill this general? This general is giving you that chance. Did you not say you would use that piece of junk to replace this general's invulnerable sword and gun? Why is it that this general is completely unharmed? Ahahaha. It's Ah Long Tian. Didn't you say it was incredibly powerful? One hit and it kills, right? Why is there no movement now? Or did your sniper rifle become unusable after such a long time? Ha ha ha, ah. Your Majesty. I said long ago. This waste of space is all bluster. He has no real ability. Please give the order for the army to kill him. Let's integrate into the city of fairies early. What, are you teaching me how to do things? Your Majesty, I didn't mean it that way. The princess is indeed just putting on an act. Tiger, wait for the right moment and strike with me. This waste can't just die like this. It's the princess. Why are you all so anxious? I only held back out of a moment of pity. I didn't pull the trigger, that's all. Mop, eat shit. I'll ask you one last time. Do you really want to die? That's right, this general can't wait to be killed by you. Go on, do it. What are you waiting for? Kill this general with your broken gun. How? Are you saying that the armor on this general's chest is too hard? I'll give you another spot. How about it, are you satisfied now? Can you kill this general now? Since you insist on seeking death, then this king will grant your wish. What was that sound just now? Its power is comparable to thunder in a heavy rainstorm. I'm not sure, but I can be certain that the source of this sound should be the sniper rifle in Long Tian's hand. Princess. In my opinion, this must be that useless person playing some trick again. But it seems like it has no effect on the general from Lulan over there at all. I've said it long ago. A useless person is just useless. In the face of absolute strength, his petty tricks are useless. What just happened? Reporting to the Empress. Just now, it should have been that useless Long Tian using some kind of trick to create a noise. You need not panic. Look, General Tuaba is still standing strong over there, isn't he? General Tuaba is mighty, unrivaled in the world, unrivaled in the world, unrivaled in the world. I told you long ago. General Tuaja is invulnerable to blades and guns. There isn't a single person under the heavens who can land a blow on him. General Tuaja is mighty. General Tuaja is invincible. Invincible. Long Tian, weren't you full of bravado just now? Didn't you say that simply pulling the trigger would be enough to instantly defeat General Tuaja? Hey. What else do you have to say now? This Empress. General Tuoba, he. It's impossible. A sword forged from pure steel wouldn't be afraid of. How could he be killed by a spear that doesn't even have a spearhead? Long Tian actually killed Tuoba in one move. How is this possible? Even my amber blade couldn't injure him at all. How could this useless person kill him? Could the fifth prince have been hiding his true abilities all along? In fact, he might be an unparalleled master. His Majesty has succeeded. He really did it. What should we do? Even General Tuyabu couldn't match Zhou Wusher's son. Going up there is just asking for death. Why don't we retreat our troops? How dare you suggest retreating? I haven't left yet. What despicable means did Long Tian use to kill General Tuoba? I've already mentioned the means before. I just need to gently pull the trigger. And yet you say it's invulnerable to knives and guns. So you're saying that even if 18 Tongren comes, he still has to kneel and accept his fate. So what you mean is that this Barrett sniper rifle in your hands can ignore all defenses? I can't say it ignores all defenses. At least no one can withstand a single bullet from it. I can't believe there are weapons like this in the world. Ha ha ha. Long Jian, you're really exaggerating. Third Prince, what do you mean by that? Your Majesty, I would like to report that. What I want to say is, Long Jian is clearly just talking nonsense. He is just spouting off. He couldn't have killed General Tuoba with that so-called sniper rifle in his hands. Do you know how he killed General Tuoba? I report back to your majesty, if I'm not mistaken. That useless Long Tian must have secretly poisoned him. Poisoning is a good idea. General Tuoba is invulnerable. Even the sharpest mystic iron blade in the world cannot harm him in the slightest. If that useless Long Tian really had the ability to kill General Tuoba, he would have acted long ago. Why wait until just now to make a move? Keep talking. Therefore, I speculate that this useless person must have secretly poisoned General Toba. Then he kept delaying time, waiting for the poison to take effect. That loud noise just now was nothing but this useless person intentionally creating a diversion. The purpose was to make us all believe that he really had the ability to kill General Toba. This is how it is. Long Tian, you're really good at acting. Just now, I almost believed you. Princess, this waste of space is indeed spouting nonsense again. Bluffing. Who knows, the poison he used just now might be the same one used on you last night. Only this time, the dosage was larger to kill this Lulan general. I think so too. Princess, this waste. The fifth prince must have an invisible and mysterious poison in his hands that can kill silently. Otherwise, how could he be so fearless in front of 100,000 Lulan troops? Our Zhou men always act with integrity, openly and honestly. To kill by using such despicable means of poison. Even if you win, you will only be ridiculed by people all over the world. Long Tian, I once thought you had real skills. I didn't expect you to resort to such despicable means. You have truly disappointed this princess. Don't say such things. Your Highness killed that Tuoba scum, surely relying on your own true abilities. I say, each of you, believing in a traitor and a sellout. You are all utterly convinced. If you don't know, they might think you're a spy sent by Lulan. Since you say that this king used poison, then are you brave enough to try this king's barret? Hey, why should I try it? Long Tian, let me tell you. No matter what despicable methods you use, I have 100,000 Lulan troops behind me. At the sound of my command, all of you will instantly become corpses. Enough of this farce, it ends now. Long Tian killed General Tuyuhun. Unforgivable. Today, I will avenge him. Soldiers of Lulan, pick up your sabers and prepare to assault the city. Avenging General Tuoba. Avenging General Tuoba. Avenging General Tuoba. Avenging General Tuoba. My lady, what shall we do now? It's all that good-for-nothing's fault, for insisting on provoking the Queen of Lulan. Now look at this. There is no room for negotiation anymore. In a crisis, we can only retreat, return to the city, wait for reinforcements from the court. If the Lulan army forces an attack on the city, I'm afraid we won't be able to hold out for long. We'll defend for one more day. The cities of the 5 continents must not be taken by these Lulan bandits. Even if I die on the battlefield like Yunyan, Brother Ma vows to die swearing to coexist with Jiangcheng. Vow to coexist with Jiangcheng. Vow to die swearing to coexist with Jiangcheng, the mighty female general of the Great Zhou. The first step for me to conquer the Great Zhou is to make you my target and kill you. Yes. Kill. It's a massacre. Governor Ling Tong of Tianshui City has brought 100,000 troops to assist the prince in defending the city. Governor Ling of Tianshui City actually came in person with troops. 100,000 troops. Princess, we are saved. Jiangcheng is saved. Great brothers. Our reinforcements have arrived. We are saved. Morong Yunyan meets Ling Taishou. Meets Ling Taishou. To my surprise, Princess Morong is also in Jiangcheng. This is quite unexpected. I came to Jiangcheng to handle some personal matters. I didn't expect to encounter Long Lan leading the army to besiege the city. But now Governor Ling's army has arrived. The crisis has been averted. What happened? Why did the governor of Tianshui City suddenly lead 100,000 troops here? Didn't you say there were no troops within a 10-mile radius? Your Majesty, please forgive me. I was just too tired. Just found a place to take a nap. I really had no idea that Grand Historian Tai of Tianshui City would lead his troops here. What false report of military intelligence? Take him away and execute him. Spare me, your majesty. This time, you've been lucky, Long Tian. But don't get too cocky. I won't let your Zhou kingdom off easily. The emperor will definitely make you pay the price. The entire army, retreat immediately. You think you can just leave? Did I allow you to leave? I didn't expect the Empress of Lulan to be so beautiful. Wasn't it said that Nailan Shui was an ugly monster? How come she looks so good? Such a beautiful face. Even when compared to Princess Morong, known as the most beautiful woman in Dazhou, she doesn't fall short. Oh no. I spoke incorrectly. He is still far inferior to Princess Morong. The humiliation of Long Tian today, I, the Emperor of Japan, will repay double. Ah, damn it, how? At a critical moment, the leader brings the troops. What should I do now? Am I supposed to follow the Lulan army? No, the Lulan army will definitely kill me. I'm talking to you, third prince. Haven't you surrendered to the Lulan empress and become her watchdog? Your master has already left. Why aren't you hurrying to catch up? Long Tian, you are being unreasonable. No matter what, I am still your brother, the crown prince's personal inspector. Besides, do you really think I was surrendering just now? Oh, was it not? I was just pretending to surrender. It was simply a delay tactic. And then wait for Governor Lin to arrive with the troops outside the camp. One strike could have wiped out the Lulan army. It's just that if you hadn't made such a big commotion, you would have scared off the Lulan empress. This king would have already taken her head to the elf arena. So that's how it is. I knew it. The third prince is the emperor's son. How could we easily surrender? That's right, the Ling governor just mentioned it. He came with an army to assist His Highness the prince. The prince he mentioned must be the third prince, ha ha ha. I also remember that it was the third prince who said that the Ling governor was leading an army of 100,000 on the way. Now everything has come true. If that's the case, then I previously misunderstood the third prince. Yunyan is here to apologize to the third prince. There is no need for the princess to do so. As the third prince of Dazhou, I should dedicate myself to the survival of Dazhou's state. I will do my utmost until death. It's just a misunderstanding. It's no trouble for me to endure some grievances. It's nothing to worry about. The third prince of the great Zhou dynasty is truly the heart of the nation. He is a blessing to the people. Yunyan admires him, yes. The third prince is truly remarkable. Unlike some people, who not only repeatedly humiliate the third prince in public, but also let the queen of Lulan escape. He is simply the eternal sinner of the great Zhou. Who do you say is the sinner of the great Zhou? I'm talking about you. Just look at yourself. Compared to the third prince, all you know is how to deceive people with some lowly tricks. What else can you do? Do you believe everything he says? Then this prince asks if he truly faked his surrender. Why didn't he inform everyone in advance? What I said just now was under urgent circumstances. This prince was also acting on impulse. There was simply no time to notify everyone. That's right, just now the two armies were engaged in battle, with swords drawn and tension high. The atmosphere was so tense. The third prince doesn't have time to tell us the plan, even if he can explain this one. Then why did he suddenly lie, claiming he was just deceiving the Empress of Lulan, when the Lulan sentries reported that no 100,000 reinforcements had been found? This is because... This point is indeed quite difficult to understand. I hope the third prince can clarify this for us, and completely shut this fool up, regarding this matter. Actually, I had already made plans with Governor Lin. Am I right, Governor Lin? Actually. Governor Lin, please feel free to speak your mind. We trust your character. Right, Governor Lin? You should quickly give the third prince justice, so that certain people don't keep slandering and defaming the third prince here. I also ask Prefect Lin to give me justice. That's right, it really is like this. Haha, all of this was planned in advance by me and the third prince. Oh, my good Emperor Wu. Did you hear that? You can question me alone. Are you going to question Governor Ling and the 100,000 troops as well? It's strange that Governor Ling is speaking up for the third prince. Could he also be on the Crown Prince's side? But if he really is on the Crown Prince's side, shouldn't he have brought his troops to appear with the third prince right away? Why wait until now to help him cover up this lie? Could it be that Governor Ling has something on the third prince? Hey, alright, third prince. You and the fifth prince are indeed brothers. In the future, you will surely be the left and right arms of His Highness the Crown Prince. Why cause any unpleasantness over this small matter today? Let's turn the page on today's events. Everything ends here. Whatever it is. Just give Lin Tong some face. But Long Qing, you useless fool. Just wait for me. I will make you repay today's humiliation tenfold. Since Lord Lin has said this, I naturally have no objections either. Fifth brother, I have just arrived in Zhongchang. You and I, as brothers, have joined forces to repel the 100,000 troops of Lulan. We must celebrate well tonight. We won't return until we're drunk. Ha, sounds good. That's the spirit. This family should be harmonious and cheerful. That third prince, and the fifth prince. Let's return to the city. Wait a moment. The fifth prince still has something to instruct, even if Long Qian is telling the truth. The threat of the 100,000 strong army has not been resolved. When did this king say he wanted to return to the city? What does your highness mean by this statement? My meaning is very simple. Now that the first warrior of Lulan is dead, the Empress of Lulan is in retreat. We should press our advantage. We can reclaim all the cities lost to the Zhou Empire these years. Of course, if we could completely destroy Lulan, that would be even better. What? Destroy Lulan? Long Tian, I really think you are crazy. Do you really think that the retreat of the Lulan army is your accomplishment? If it weren't for Governor Ling leading the troops here, you would already be a corpse. That's right, and still wanting to pursue them. I see you are just rushing to your death. Shut up, you. If I remember correctly, now you should kowtow to this king 100 times. Poisoning that Lulan general just now doesn't count at all. Why should I kowtow to you, younger brother Wu? You should be a respectable prince after all. Why be so petty and pick on a little maidservant? The wager was made by him. How could he possibly want to go back on his word? If anyone wants to speak on his behalf, it's too late. If you have the ability, then go ahead and speak for him. I, Long Qian. Don't go too far. No matter what, Xiao Cui is still a person from my Jinnan Wang Fu. Mu Rong Yun Yen. I think I need to remind you. After your bet with this king last night, you have already surrendered yourself to this king. Now you belong to this king. Therefore, you have no right to speak on his behalf. You are shameless. Princess, don't get angry with this waste of space. He is not worthy. Fine, just 100 kowtows, I'll do them. I'll kneel. "100 slaps. Are you satisfied now? Don't act like you've been bullied by me. This is all your own doing. I never forced you even a bit. Alright, Long Tian. Don't take advantage of this. You little rascal is already hurt like this. What else do you want? I just want him to remember this lesson. The word waste is not just for show. Hey. That fifth prince. You just said you want to hunt down the Empress of Lulan. I think this matter is a bit complicated. Why don't we discuss it later? You have no common sense at all. And you're chasing after the Lulan army? What a huge joke. Even if we have the 100,000 troops brought by the Ling Ti show, Lulan also has 100,000 troops. That's right, and the Lulan Empress has now taken action. Yanmen Pass is an extremely easy place to defend and hard to attack. Back then, Lulan sent 300,000 troops to attack Yanmen Pass. For a full 3 months, they couldn't break through. If it weren't for the traitor who sold out for personal gain within our defenses at the end, Yanmengwen would never have fallen into the hands of Lulan. Yes, my emperor, the walls of Yanmengwen are said to be a full 10 meters high and 5 meters thick. The city gate alone weighs tens of thousands of pounds. Ordinary siege weapons pose no threat to it at all. I think we should just give up. It's just a mere city wall. To take Yanmen Pass would be as easy as blowing away dust. As easy as blowing away dust. All you know is to boast. Long Tian, perhaps you really do have a way to deal with martial arts masters. But you must know, that is an impregnable city. An unshakable fortress. It's beyond your petty schemes to handle. Do you understand? Your eagerness for quick gains will only lead to the Zhou soldiers' deaths in vain. Do you comprehend? Princess Morong finds these words somewhat inappropriate. What does the third prince mean by this? I just think, fifth brother, he is exceptionally brave. He has both courage and strategy. Since he wants to pursue the victory, we should all support him, right? This is just. I know you have nothing good to say. Speak up. Just say it. Younger brother Wu, don't be so hasty. This king only wants to say that what Princess Morong and Magistrate Lin said also makes sense. Since that's the case, why doesn't younger brother Wu write a military decree to show your determination? Long Tian, you shameless concubine. You gave birth to a wild child and still want to compete with me. Once you sign the military order, if you are defeated, I will make sure you can't live or die. You won't be able to escape either. Military order. That's right, Long Tian. Since you won't listen, and insist on attacking Lulan, then you should take responsibility. A true man must be responsible for his actions. Yes, and you absolutely cannot mobilize the 100,000 elite troops brought by Governor Ling Taishou. They are the cream of our great Zhou's army. They must not be sent to their deaths by you, this useless prince who doesn't know how to fight. All right, military order. No problem, right? Your Highness, please don't act impulsively. They are clearly trying to see you make a fool of yourself. The Yanmen Pass is a natural barrier. It cannot be breached without 500,000 troops. Silly girl, don't worry. I will be fine. Aside from the military order, Feng Qian, do you dare to bet with me again outside the arena? How do you want to avoid it? It's simple. If I cannot capture Yanmen Pass, I will willingly renounce my title as prince. Then the throne will belong to the commoners. If I capture this Yanmen Pass, I will take your eyes. I want my eyes. Your Highness, the third prince, you absolutely mustn't. He Meng Tian is just a useless prince. If he is defeated, being reduced to a commoner would be deserved. But you are different. You are the right-hand man of the crown prince. He is the pillar of our Zhou dynasty in the future. How could he be compared to your precious daughter? Yes, Prince San must not follow this trash's path. You just saved Jiang Cheng from crisis. You are the hero of our Zhou dynasty. There's no need to pay any attention to this trash. Didn't you all think that this king would surely lose just now? Since you all have determined that this king will surely lose, why are you afraid to gamble? Are you saying Long Qian is scared? What a joke. I have grown up so much. When have I ever been scared? All right, I will bet with you. Not bad. It seems this provocation tactic works everywhere. Words without proof. Xianer, go get paper and pen. Let my third brother sign and seal it. It is His Highness. I'm talking about fifth young brother. Don't die outside Yanmen Pass tomorrow. This prince is looking forward to the show. Rest assured, before I dig out these dog eyes of yours, I wouldn't want you dead yet. Humph. Sharp-tongued lung. Go down first. What's wrong with the governor? Why is my dear daughter frowning? Did that brat, the fifth prince, bully you? The prince treats me very well. But why did you say at the city gate that it was the third prince who ordered you to bring 100,000 troops? It was I who sent a message by carrier pigeon last night asking you to bring troops to help the fifth prince's daughter. You don't know everything. Now that His Majesty is gravely ill, the crown prince is in power. That third prince is aligned with the crown prince. Was it for the greater good that you spoke as you did? But don't you realize how difficult you made it for the fifth prince just now? For me to bring 100,000 troops to bail him out was already quite a favor. By the way, the fifth prince probably doesn't know he's my son-in-law yet, does he? If he doesn't, I haven't figured out how to tell him. Well, let's not talk about it for now, lest he come to borrow troops from me. But tomorrow the fifth prince is going to attack Yanmen Pass. With only 10,000 soldiers from Jiangcheng, it's simply impossible. That was his own military order. What does that have to do with me? If he really dies on the battlefield tomorrow, then that's just his fate. No wonder it's someone else's fault. You. How ridiculous. That useless Long Tian actually repelled the 100,000 troops of Lulan. Your Highness, please do not be angry. From the news brought back by the third prince, that useless Long Tian is relying only on despicable methods like poisoning. As for repelling the 100,000 troops of Lulan, it's only relying on Ling Taisho's timely support. It's nothing much. What my beloved consort says is true. However, I didn't expect that all the assassins sent last time would fail. That was quite surprising to me. Come in and pay your respects to His Royal Highness. You two are my personal attendants. You are the best of the best in the military. I command you two to set off immediately. Head to Jiangcheng. Take the worthless dog's life of Long Tian. I will not allow any threats. It is Your Highness the Crown Prince. If Gong Tian wants to blame someone, he can only blame your worthless life being too fragile. Is everything going smoothly with father? Your Highness the Crown Prince, don't worry. The steward gives that old man his medicine on time every day. In another half a month, the poison will reach a certain level. Even a god coming down to earth won't be able to save him. Ha ha ha. Very well, that old man actually wants to strip me of my position as the crown prince. He wants that waste Long Tian to be emperor. Then don't blame me for being ruthless. Hello. That's just how it is. Your Majesty, you truly are a master strategist. You actually predicted someone would try to assassinate you. Last night, they failed to assassinate me. They will definitely send someone again today. Fifth Prince, do you really think this trick is enough to trap us brothers? This little thing is called the Electric King. Xianger, cuff them for me. Your Highness, what is this? It looks like a pair of bracelets. Can this restrain a person? This is called handcuffs. It is 100 times more secure than any rope in the world. It was the Crown Prince who sent you to assassinate me, wasn't it? Useless Prince. Don't even think about getting any words from us. I already guessed it. You won't say anything at all. Take them away. After I capture Yanmen Pass tomorrow, I will consider how to deal with them. It's Your Highness. Xianer must be tired today. Xianer is not tired. Xianer is just a bit worried. Your Highness, about tomorrow. Don't worry about tomorrow. I have my own arrangements. But right now, you need to serve me well. Your Highness, Shuer is already yours. Of course, whatever you want me to do, I will do it. So what are we waiting for? A moment of spring night is worth 1,000 gold. I can't bear to waste it. Long Tian, you really have guts to the heavens. You dare to bring 5,000 men to attack my Yanmen Pass. You must be out of your mind. You're just a crumbling city. Do you believe that I, with just my horse and armor, could breach your city gates? What did you say? Attacking my 100,000 strong army stationed at Yanmen Pass on your own? Ha ha ha. Brother Wu. Can we stop with the boasting? What can this unrealistic bragging bring besides laughter? What else can it bring? Isn't that right? You don't even think before you speak. Going solo, huh? With an army of 100,000, they could drown you with just a spit. In winter, I don't know who gave you the courage to attack Yanmen Pass with only 5,000 troops. But I must remind you, you have taken up the military pledge. Once the assault on the city fails, you will be held accountable by His Highness and the Crown Prince. Yes, Your Highness. You did act rather hastily. Deploying 5,000 men to attack a city is unprecedented in our great Zhou's history. Just because you can't do it doesn't mean I can't. Do not question this king's strength with your short-sightedness. Strength? What strength do you have? If being tough-talking counts as strength, then indeed, none of us here can match up to it. Third prince, princess, have you noticed that today, this useless consort is not by his side? The dragon prince had already warned you about this. One should be down to earth. Don't talk nonsense all day long. Now even your side consort is utterly disappointed in you. All of this is self-inflicted. You brought this upon yourself. Smoke in your sleeve. Shut your mouth, Your Highness. Who told you that Xianer is disappointed in me? And who told you that Xianer won't be coming today? So tell me, why didn't the prince's consort come with you? General Zhu, I guess this fool will definitely say something like the prince's consort is unwell. I've seen plenty of useless people who only make excuses like this. Prince Xianer. Is the prince's consort really sick today? Xianer isn't sick at all. It's just that I assigned him a secret mission. He's arranging it. Oh. What secret mission? The Martial Emperor still wants to keep us in the dark? I clearly remember. Yesterday, someone was the first to rush off to be a gatekeeper for the Lulan Empress. Martial Emperor, you are the great Wu Fifth Prince who poisoned my older brother yesterday. Dragon Angel. I'm not bad, but I'm not using poison. Long Tian, you have quite the nerve. Today, I Tuaba chief and will avenge my brother. What's Tuaba, eating shit? You two, one eats shit, the other eats dung. What a great name indeed. Loser, you're asking for death. What? That sword strike was so fast, I couldn't even dodge it. He actually managed to dodge it. Could it be that he's really watching my mouth? This waste was hiding his strength all along. Princess, you're overestimating this waste. In this king's view, he's just lucky. He happened to dodge by chance. That's right. A waste who only relies on luck can dodge one sword. Can you dodge 10 swords? Since this waste managed to dodge, bring out General Tuo's sword. One failed ambush, and you want to try a second time? What? Let's go, General. How is this possible? What could have just happened? How could he kill the mop on the city wall from so far away? That waste of a demon technique he just used must be a demon technique. You waste, as a prince of the great Zhou. How could you secretly practice demon techniques? Are you really not afraid of being ridiculed by the world? Demon magic, do you want to try my demon magic? Princess, this waste wants to kill me with demon magic. Dongtian, have you had enough? Quickly put away your weapon. Xiao Ju, he's not our enemy. Why is it only allowed for him to call someone waste? Call me Your Highness. Even scaring him doesn't work. You people from the Duke of Jinnan's residence really are not just double standards. At most, I'll have Xiaotsue apologize to you. Interviewing the fifth prince. Yesterday, you killed that invulnerable first warrior from Lulan. It was all thanks to this divine artifact. That's right, this king has already said it. As long as I have this Barrett rifle, all the experts are just like clouds to me. Long Tian, how dare you privately hide such a divine weapon? If you don't hand it over to the court, I'll kill you. Do you want to rebel? Rebel? If this king wanted to rebel, the first one will be your sacrificial flag. I, the Emperor Longtian, must admit that the weapon in your hand is indeed the world's #1 killing tool. But don't forget, the place I am in is the fortress of Yanmen Pass, once claimed to be the strongest in your continent. As long as I hold my ground, there's nothing you can do to me, That's right. Long Tian, didn't you forget the military order you issued yesterday? Yes. If you can't capture Yumen Pass today, then you'll be demoted to a commoner. And you'll have to beg on the streets. Queen of Lulan. Do you really think that as long as you don't leave this city gate? I have no way, ha ha ha. Dragon Prince, do you know that the city walls of Yumen Pass are as high as 10 meters? And they are 5 meters thick. The city gates weigh thousands of caddies, let alone your 5,000 men. Even if you bring 500,000 troops, I can still make sure you won't return once you enter. To break this insignificant small city, why need 500,000 troops? This king only needs one person to break the city with a snap of his fingers. Then show me how you will break it. As long as you can break the city gate, I will immediately lead all the citizens of Lulan to submit to you. You said that. Don't go back on your word later. Do you think I am like those treacherous people from your continent? Just know how to go back on your word. As long as I say it. It is a promise worth 1,000 pieces of gold. As long as you break through this city gate, I will let you deal with me as you wish. Then this king will be waiting to enjoy the taste of you, the Empress of Lulan, on the bed when the time comes. You shameless pervert. Long Tian, don't do this here, to revel in empty talk. If there's a real method to breach the city, speak up quickly. This useless fellow, what could he possibly know about breaching the city? It's nothing more than wanting to sacrifice the lives of our Zhou soldiers, using firearms to attack the city. Dragon Heaven, this king tells you. These soldiers are flesh and blood with parents, wives, and children. Do you fear that their vengeful spirits won't haunt you? His Highness summoned me to provide reinforcements. What is this? It has no wheels yet it runs on the ground. This thing moves so slowly. In my view, it's just a slightly larger piece of iron. Long Tian, you can't possibly think that this piece of iron will work for your project. You're simply daydreaming. Living in a fantasy world. Do you know that the city gate of Yumen Pass weighs 10,000 caddies? Even our continent's most powerful engineering vehicle cannot move it an inch. Princess, I think this waste of space is here just to mock us. We should leave quickly. Otherwise, I might be killed by this useless person here. I have said long ago that you are a bunch of short-sighted fools. This super weapon of war is right in front of you, yet you can't see its power. How foolish. Who are you calling foolish? When I was in the army. What siege weapon have you never seen? Why have I never heard of the tank you mentioned? That's right. Our great Zhou has never had such siege weapons. I have been on the battlefield for many years. This is something I have never heard of. Long Tian, do you think we're all fools? Are you the only one who's well informed? What I said is indeed the truth. Arrogant, simply extremely arrogant, ha 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 ha. I thought you had some astonishing methods, Long Tian. I didn't expect it to be just a broken iron lump. If he can break the city gate, you don't need to say it. I would tie myself up and deliver myself to your bed. It seems you're eager to serve me. Well then, I shall. I'll reluctantly take you as a concubine. Your Highness, this tank is so hard to control. Xianer took a long time to get it working. No worries, let me show you how this king can unleash its power. In winter, you actually got this piece of junk moving. Why isn't it moving? Could it be broken? Haha. This useless thing is just putting on a show. What a war machine. This is clearly just a pile of worthless junk. A heap of useless trash. Why are you all so anxious? Right now, I just need to press this lightly. I can immediately blast open the city gate. What? It only takes one press to blast open the gate of Yanmen Pass. Long Tian, can't you stop talking nonsense all day? Not to mention that the city gates of Yanmen Guan are defended by thousands of arrows. Even at this distance, you're still more than 100 meters away from the city gate. At such a great distance, you can't even touch it. How could you possibly break through it? It's just boasting. A good-for-nothing who doesn't even bother drafting a plan. It's really disgusting. Have you all forgotten? Yesterday, you also looked down on His Highness like this. But what was the result? His Highness not only defeated that invulnerable general from Lulan in an instant, but also scared away Lulan's 100,000 troops. Yesterday was yesterday. I, the county princess, admit that I was mistaken yesterday. But today we are facing this impregnable fortress that even 500,000 troops cannot breach. What makes you believe in Harong Tian? If he can break through the city gates of Yanmen Pass, I will kneel and lick the soles of his feet. You, Long Tian, since you believe so much in this iron lump, then show me how it can break through right now. I am standing right here on this city tower. Let's see how you slap this emperor's face. Alright, debugging is complete. You all better open your eyes wide and watch closely. This king will show you how one shot can blow open this city gate. You all better open your eyes wide and watch closely. This king will show you how one shot can blow open this city gate. What? The city gate of Yanmen Pass was actually blown to pieces like this? It's impossible, this can't be true. How could there be such a terrifying siege machine? This is fake. This must be some kind of witchcraft from that good-for-nothing. It's amazing. This is truly the #1 divine artifact in the world. Long Taida actually did it. The 10,000 gene city gate was breached by him in an instant. It must be an illusion, an illusion. How could this iron lump destroy our city gate with just one hit? Come here and help me. Shoot him with arrows. Am I seeing things? This iron lump is not only terrifyingly powerful, but also invulnerable to blades and guns. How can there be such a terrifying weapon in this world? Where on earth did Long Tian get this from? I told you all earlier. The prince never brags. It's always you who are deceiving yourselves. Could it be that I truly fail to recognize the true dragon? In fact, Long Tian is the most capable among the princes of the Great Zhou. You archers here couldn't even scratch my tank. I invite you to have some cannonballs, hey. Well shot, well shot. This prince truly deserves to be called the pride of heaven, single-handedly breaking through the Yanmen Pass held by an army of 100,000. Invincible under heaven. Your Highness is the best. Everyone, heed my command and enter the city. Kill, kill. Ah. Long Pian, wait for this emperor to return to Lulan. They must gather all their forces to come after you in revenge. There's no need to wait until later. You can seek revenge against the prefect now. Lu Tian, how did you find your way here? I said, Empress sister. You don't need to tell me that the principle of catching the bandit by first seizing the leader doesn't apply here, do you? If I, this prince, don't come after you, could it be that I would waste time on those minor soldiers of your Lulan? I underestimated you. You are the one who poses the greatest threat to Lulan in the entire region. Actually, if you want to blame someone, blame your bad luck. Who told you to run into a special forces soldier equipped with modern military gear like me? What special forces nonsense is this? It's all jumbled up. I can't understand what you're saying. Since you've already been captured, I can kill or maim, it's up to you. I admit defeat here. Who said I want to kill you? You're so beautiful. I can't bear to part with you. What do you want to do? Could it be that the Empress has forgotten our wager so quickly? Or are you saying you don't want to acknowledge your loss? What I say naturally counts. As long as you treat my Lulan subjects well, Lulan will naturally submit to you completely. What else? Also, there is more. Lu Tian, what do you want to do? I warn you, don't mess around. This is the Emperor's sleeping chamber. Isn't it even more thrilling to indulge in the pleasure of conquering the Empress in your own chamber? Don't you think that's more exciting? This is outrageous. This is outrageous. What's wrong, Your Highness? Is something else happening? Look closely. What kind of dragon is Tian Long? That good-for-nothing actually broke through the Yanmen Pass. And he even captured the Empress of Lulan alive. How is this possible? The Yanmen Pass is said to be impregnable without a million-strong army. Yet Long Tian breached it with just Lin Tong's 100,000 troops from Tianshui. How is this possible? The third brother's letter said that the useless one somehow obtained a secret weapon to break through the city of Tianshui. Secret weapon. No. We can't let that useless one stay in Jiangcheng any longer. Otherwise, there will be endless troubles. My beloved concubine, you must go yourself. I will use Father Emperor's decree to write an imperial edict and deceive this useless waste of space. As long as he returns to the capital, I have 10,000 ways to take his life. It is Her Highness. Heavenly City. Heavenly City. He is the #1 killer of the Great Zhou Friday list, Tian Ke. That's right, Tian Ke has returned to the Holy Order. This time, let Tian Ke accompany you. If that waste dares to defy the order, then let Tian Ke kill him on the spot. You actually did this for the first time. This truly surprises me, Your Highness. You take advantage and still act innocent. After this, I will be your woman. You should treat me better. Of course. Since you have become this king's woman, this king certainly won't treat you poorly. That's more like it. This king has rested enough. Let's continue. Can your body handle it? Just kidding, I'm in great shape. I could do another 10 times. Your Highness, Your Highness. Are you in there? It's quiet inside. Looks like no one's home. It's impossible, a soldier just reported that he saw her heading towards the Empress of Lolan's chamber. Isn't it possible that something happened to Her Highness inside? You should get out of the way. Xiner, Princess Morong, weren't you supposed to go and detain the remaining Lulan troops? How can you still say that? Didn't you say you were going to capture the Empress of Lulan? Why are you hiding here? Where is the Empress of Lulan? This. Come on. Let's go outside to discuss this matter. He's somewhat complicated. Wait for this king to explain it to you slowly. His Highness was just informed by a servant. The third prince left without saying goodbye. He has already hurried away. He ran quite fast. But it doesn't matter. I will settle the score with him when I return to the capital. Your Highness, as you requested, the 100,000 troops of Lulan have all been settled. Swear, thanks to your persuasion. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been so easy for me to win over 100,000 troops. Since I've already promised His Highness, I will definitely keep my word. In a couple of days, you will return with me. I will announce our complete allegiance to the public in Lulan. You've worked hard. The Crown Princess has arrived. Why has the Crown Princess come? Pay respects to the Crown Princess. Mu Rong Yun Yen. I pay respects to the Crown Princess. You may all rise. This time, I am here on the orders of His Majesty and the Crown Prince to read the Imperial Edict. What Imperial Edict? Could it be that His Majesty thinks that 5th Prince's subjugation of Lulan was a great achievement? Plans to reward the 5th Prince for his merits. That's great, Your Highness. Your efforts have finally been recognized by His Majesty. Long Tian, why are you still standing there? Hurry up and kneel to receive the decree. To receive the decree, say, this Imperial Edict truly belongs to you, Father. I will kneel to receive the decree myself. But now the entire Great Zhou. Who does not know that the Emperor is seriously ill in bed? This Imperial Edict must be written by the Crown Prince himself, right? Yes, His Majesty is seriously ill in bed, and cannot write an Imperial Edict at all. Could it be that this is truly the Crown Prince's false proclamation of the Imperial Edict? Bold Long Tian, how dare you slander His Highness the Crown Prince? This Imperial Edict was indeed drafted by the Crown Prince on behalf of His Majesty. But every sentence above was personally dictated by His Majesty. If you don't believe it, you can ask Chief Steward Fong. That's right. This Imperial Edict is something I personally witnessed His Majesty dictating. It commands His Highness the Crown Prince to attend to you. 5th Prince, why aren't you quickly kneeling to receive the edict? Long Tian, did you hear that? Chief Steward Feng is the Grand Eunuch of the Inner Court. He is one of the closest people to His Majesty. Can his words really be false? Dragon Humble should quickly accept the Imperial Edict. Disobeying the edict is a serious crime. Even if you have made great contributions before, you cannot ignore the Imperial Edict like this. That's right, Disobeying the edict is a capital offense that involves the execution of 9 clans. How many heads do you have to be chopped off? Don't give me that condescending look as if you're holding something over this king. I am telling you, this does not work on me. Either read it yourself, or get out of here right now. You, what are you saying? How dare the 5th prince be so arrogant? Are you planning to rebel? Princes, quickly apologize to the crown princess and Madame Fong. Then kneel down and receive the edict. Even if this imperial edict cannot prove that it is His Majesty's intention, the crown prince is currently acting as regent. Isn't it proper for him to treat you according to this edict? That's right, Long Tian. If you do not receive the edict, it would be considered treason. Don't blame this palace for not warning you in advance. This king has spoken very clearly. Read it or get lost. You all figure it out. You too. Just endure this uselessness for now. Wait until he returns to the capital. I will make you wish you could live or die. Well, since the 5th prince is unwilling to kneel and receive the decree, then I will directly announce the imperial edict myself. Xian'er, you must not kneel. By the decree of the emperor. With his wisdom and bravery, after repelling the Lulan army of 100,000, pressed on with further victories, recapturing the Yanmen Pass in one fell swoop, and accepting the surrender of the Lulan Empress. Such an unparalleled achievement. Jinxin is very pleased. Special permission for the 5th Prince Long Tiansui to return to the capital with the crown princess to accept the reward. Thus decreed. All this fuss is just to trick me into returning to the capital, huh? This crown prince's schemes aren't that clever. Your Highness, the emperor really intends to reward you. Ah, the princess is probably going to be promoted by the emperor. Then there's no rush regarding the annulment of the engagement. Let's wait and see. The 5th prince can now safely receive the decree, right? Xian'er, take it. So, 5th prince. When do you plan to return to the capital with me? Return to the capital? What capital? Isn't it clearly written on the imperial edict? It says for you to return to the capital with me to eliminate the emperor. Are you trying to defy the order? Sister Huang's food can be eaten recklessly, but you can't speak recklessly. Be careful, or I might sue you for defamation. What do you mean by that? It means nothing else. It's just that I've been fighting these days, and my back and waist are sore. It needs some rest for a few days. Xian'er should arrange 2 nice guest rooms for Manager Feng and the Crown Princess. After another 3 to 5 months, when this prince's health improves, I can return with them. What do you mean by 3 to 5 months? Meng Tian, are you mocking this palace? Sister-in-law, you're misunderstanding this prince. As the saying goes, injuries to muscles and bones take 100 days to heal. Moreover, the emperor's decree doesn't specify when this prince should return to the capital, right? You, 5th prince. Although the decree indeed doesn't mention a specific time, the implication is quite clear that you should return to the capital with the family quickly. That's right. Long Tian, you are intentionally delaying things like this. This palace can even consider that you are deliberately plotting a rebellion. Go first. Long Tian, you have to be careful. I feel his strength is not inferior to Tua Bachishi. Princess, could he be Tian Ke? Tian Ke. Could he be the number 1 on the great Zhao martial list? The killing god Tian Ke, who once massacred an entire city? How is that possible? Did you mistake the sky? Ke is listed as the number 1 wanted criminal by the 5 continents. How could he appear here? Tian Ke. He is Tian Ke. I challenged him 5 years ago. I was defeated by him in one move. What a pity at this moment. I will never forget this in my lifetime. 5 years ago, a defeated opponent. Looking at it now, still just as worthless and useless. Boldly take my advice. As the number 1 son of heaven, you dare to ask for money first? Shouldn't you quickly surrender? Princess Morong. I have long been secretly summoned by your majesty. Now I have been assigned as the personal guard of the crown prince. That's right. Before this departure, Father Emperor gave a decree. If the fifth Prince Long Tian insists on refusing to return to the capital, he will be punished for treason. I command the heavenly authority to execute him on the spot. No one is allowed to interfere. Otherwise, they will be killed as well. What? Your Majesty, how could you issue such an order? That's right, I can't read. How could your Majesty possibly want to kill the fifth prince? You must be falsely relaying an imperial decree. Boldly, I say that if I have issued a decree, then it is indeed a decree. You all are protecting this waste. Are you trying to rebel with him? All right, Empress Dowager. Your true colors are finally showing. Isn't it all about the Crown Prince wanting my life? Do you really think I can't see through it? Even if I return to the capital with you, the Crown Prince will still find a way to kill me, right? Long Tian. You really have become much smarter than before. The Crown Prince's concerns were indeed correct. You guessed right. The Crown Prince said, regardless of whether you come back to the capital with this palace today, you must die. What? The Crown Prince really intends to kill the fifth prince? Aren't they brothers? The struggle for the throne is a fight to the death. What does it matter if they are brothers? Humph. The Crown Prince and the Crown Princess are ruthless. They turn against their own. Aren't you afraid that I and the others here will report to His Majesty upon returning to the capital? Haha, I'm scared. Why should I be afraid? Today, with the Heavenly Gate present, not a single one of you will leave alive. What? You're not even sparing us? You dare to touch our princess? Aren't you afraid our lord will lead his army for revenge? Rest assured, I will inform the Prince of Jinan. It was Long Tian who killed the Princess of Yulong, and I am here to avenge the princess. I killed that useless Long Tian. At that time, the King of Jinan will naturally be grateful and submit to His Highness the Crown Prince. What a plan that kills 3 birds with 1 stone. But why do you think he can kill me? Ha ha ha. Long Tian, oh Long Tian, you are truly arrogant beyond measure. You just got stunned by fear. Did you forget what they said? Tian Ke is a peerless killing god who can slaughter a city alone. Watching him kill a waste like you is just like squashing an ant. There's no difference. Spare me, Crown Princess. Spare me, Crown Princess. I, Zhu Decheng, am willing to submit to the Crown Prince. I only ask that you spare my life. Zhu Decheng, you really are a flip-flopper. Ling Tong, what do you understand? This is called recognizing the situation and being a wise man. Moreover, His Highness the Crown Prince is the heir apparent. He will also be the future Emperor of the Great Zhou. I pledge my loyalty to His Highness the Crown Prince. It's just following the will of heaven. Do you want me to die here with this useless fifth prince? Or do you trust General Zhu's 10 great deeds? You can rest assured. Surrender to the Crown Prince. There will be no shortage of honor and wealth for you in the future. Thank you, Crown Princess. Thank you, Crown Princess. Xian Quan. Not a single one will be spared. Wait a moment. Crown Princess, do you know that the fifth prince's skills are unparalleled now? Even the invulnerable first warrior of Lulan was slain by the fifth prince. Pa! What unparalleled skills? Crown Princess, don't listen to his bluster. I saw it with my own eyes. Long Tian was able to kill that Tuobachishi. It was only because of his mysterious weapon, that sniper rifle. And now he doesn't have that weapon by his side. What can he use to fight against the new Magpie Lord, Wu Bang's #1? Zhu Desheng, you traitor. You won't die a good death. Right, General Zhu, after we kill these people. Find Long Tian's secret weapons. Bring it back to me. The Crown Prince is very interested. It's the Crown Princess. Fine, I don't want to waste time here. Tian Ke, let's make our move. It's been a long time since I've tasted blood. Tomorrow, I will unleash a massacre. Tiger, you go with me. No matter what, we must fight to the end today. Princess. Useless waste. Forget it, this princess can go alone just the same. Today, let me Morong Union properly experience the strength of the #1 killer on the lake list. Ah, princess. Ah. Group leader. How could it be so coincidental? Ha ha ha, this palace has always said. All of you combined can't even match Tiank's single lamp. Humph. Princess Morong, if you have any grievances, you should blame yourself. You shouldn't have come to this Jiangcheng. Even more, you shouldn't be this useless fiancé. You guys. Whoever wants to die, come and try. Fine. Since no one can deal with you, then let this king take matters into his own hands and send you on your way. Ha ha ha. With you, a worthless prince with no inner strength at all. You're not even worthy to carry my shoes. Ha ha ha. Are you trying to make me laugh myself to death? Don't you know your own capabilities? How dare you raise a hand against Tian K? You don't even deserve to. Blue Sky, don't pretend to be strong. Without that gun, you're no match for him at all. Yes, your highness. He is really amazing. Princess Morong can't even take one of his moves. Just because he can't do it, doesn't mean I can't. Don't worry, no matter how strong he is, I can take him down with a single move. It's all your fault. You've put our princess in this situation. You're still here making sarcastic remarks. Long Tian, don't worry. After you're dead, I will definitely take good care of your concubine. And this Lulan maid as well. Shameless and despicable. A sycophant who goes with the wind. Don't worry, I will take care of him. Next is you. Alright, I'll wait. Wang Tian, in order to give you a bit of royal dignity, I have decided to let you die under my strongest sword technique. 10,000 swords return to origin. 10,000 swords return to origin. This is the move you used to massacre the city back in the day. You are not wrong. This move is called myriad swords return to the ancestor. Even if you have 1,000 soldiers and 10,000 horses, they will all die by my sword. Long Tian. You should feel honored, because I haven't used this move in a long time. Is that so? Then why don't you show this king? Very well. Since you're so eager to die, I'll grant your wish. My sword returns to its origin. What powerful sword energy, Your Highness. Long Tian, oh Long Tian. Remember this on your journey to the underworld. This is the consequence of offending the palace and the crown prince. It's the return of 10,000 swords to the origin. The peerless killing god is easily defeated. How is this possible? What kind of witchcraft did you use? It's impossible. Tian K is the #1 killer on the Great Zhou 5 list. How could you, a worthless person, kill him with one spear? Absolutely impossible. Dragon Heaven Pagoda actually killed Tian K in one move. Your Highness is too kind. You have done it again. This prince has said it all along. It only takes one move. He must lie down before this prince. Did he really think I wouldn't bring a desert eagle as backup without the Barrett? Humph, this emperor did not choose the wrong man. Son-in-law, well done. Ha ha ha. Son-in-law. At this point, I won't hide it from you anymore. Actually, I am Xianer's real father, ha ha ha. You are Xianer's father. That's right, Your Highness. He really is my father. That's who led the 100,000 troops to support. It's true that I sent a message by pigeon to my father to bring the troops over. So that's how it is. I was saying, Long Qian that good-for-nothing keeps contradicting himself. Your god of death is already dead. Now it's your turn. Long Tian, you dare. I am the current crown prince's consort. If you dare to harm me even a little, the crown prince and his majesty will surely skin you alive. Ah. You worthless thing. How dare you hit me? So what if I hit you? Good, Long Tian. I will go back now to report to His Highness the Crown Prince. Tell him to send troops immediately to capture you and take you back to the capital's dungeon. Stop right there. I can't handle him. I can't handle you either. What do you mean? You and the Crown Prince both want to kill me. What do you mean by that, Your Highness? Of course, strike first to gain the upper hand. However, considering you still have some use, this king can spare your life for now. As for the two of you, Your Highness, I was wrong. I really know I was wrong. Spare me this time. I had no choice. I was forced to pretend to side with the Crown Prince just now. Please spare me this time. I will work like an ox or a horse to repay you in the future. You truly know how to seize the moment. When the Crown Prince's consort was in a favorable position, you fawned over her. Now that I have killed Tian Ke and taken control, you kneel down and say you want to serve me as a slave. You say that with your shallow-mindedness. Why don't you go into business? Why join the army? Bring him in. Drag this traitor who is disloyal and ungrateful, and fawning to power, out and execute him. Your Highness, spare my life. It's your turn, you dead eunuch. Our fifth prince is the chief steward of the palace, a favored one by His Majesty. If you dare to lay a finger on me, I'll make sure you regret it. You're about to die and still dare to threaten me, you androgynous wretch. You're already siding with the Crown Prince like a dog before father has even passed. This king now even suspects that you have conspired with the Crown Prince to poison His Majesty the Emperor. You are slandering without basis. A prince must speak with evidence. You are here spreading false accusations to defame this subject and the prince. It is absolutely intolerable by the heavens. Evidence. Come just in time. You want evidence, don't you? Very well. This king will now show everyone how you conspired with the Crown Prince to poison His Majesty the Emperor. If you have evidence, I am willing to die here today. The key is, do you have evidence? My palace is under my and the Crown Prince's control. What evidence could a prince of Yongjiang City possibly have? It's true that Longtian rice can be eaten indiscriminately, but words cannot be spoken recklessly. This palace admits that the Crown Prince is indeed dissatisfied with you, but you slander the Crown Prince by saying he poisoned the consort to usurp the throne. Such treasonous words are nothing but fabrications and sensationalism. Yes, Your Highness. Could you be mistaken? The Crown Prince is the heir apparent. After His Majesty's century, naturally, he would ascend to the throne. Then why would he take such a big risk to poison Your Majesty? That's right, fifth prince. If you can't provide evidence today, I'll make sure to bring you up before His Majesty when I return to the capital. Let you know that slandering me and His Highness the Crown Prince will come at a cost. What are you looking at so anxiously? I am currently adjusting the video. It will be ready soon. Adjusting the video. Do you really think that with that bizarre thing in your hands, you can accuse thee and the Crown Prince of treason? I've served the Emperor for over 30 years. How have I never heard of such a divine object in the world? Long Tian, you are truly ridiculous. You haven't even been to the Imperial Palace. Where do you get your evidence from? Could it be that there's a spy of yours in the inner palace? All right. Esteemed lords, this is called a drone. 2 days ago, I sent him to secretly infiltrate the palace. He captured footage of the Crown Prince and Chief Steward Feng poisoning His Majesty. Now I will show everyone the evidence. This is actually true. The Crown Prince and Manager Feng are capable of poisoning His Majesty. How can this be? This is simply outrageous. The Crown Prince actually committed such an act of treason. Impossible. This is fake. This must be an illusion fabricated by the fifth prince. That's right. The Crown Prince doesn't need to poison anyone at all, because he is destined to be the future Emperor of Dezhou. I knew you all would try to argue. You think one piece of evidence isn't enough, right? Then I'll make sure you die with complete clarity. Bring them up. Humph, walk, cough, cough. Don't mention it, we had an argument. We argued about everything. How could he be such a useless person? Your Majesty, we used the motorized chair you provided for interrogation, and in less than a quarter of an hour, these two people confessed completely. They were sent by the Crown Prince to assassinate you. Which Crown Prince would send someone to kill Long Tian? This king asks you about the Crown Prince's poisoning plot against the Emperor. How much do you know? I'll tell you. The Crown Prince regularly buys a type of slow-acting poison from the Fusong Merchant Association, and then mixes it into the medicine given to His Majesty. As long as it is taken continuously for 3 months, it can poison His Majesty to death. No one will be able to find out. Yes, every time I enter the palace, I am responsible for delivering the medicine to Manager Feng. Sometimes the Crown Prince also goes to deliver it personally. Prince Wu, what we are saying is all true. It's slander. This is slander. Prince Wu, everyone here doesn't even know these two people. How can one believe the words of such a deceitful person? Who could trust them? I have evidence. This token was given to me by the Crown Prince. With it, one can move freely throughout the entire palace. Now that we have both witness and evidence, there is nothing left to say. Boldly seal it away. I dare to enter the court. The Crown Prince has poisoned your Majesty. Do you know this is a capital offense? Humph. You old fool. You only have 1 breath left. The Crown Prince is about to ascend the throne. I wonder who in the world can kill us now. This prince can. Someone drag this dead eunuch out and publicly execute him for me. Long Tian, I am a royal inspector appointed by His Majesty. You have no right to deal with me. Shut your filthy mouth. Listen well. I want to kill you. No one else's approval is needed. Drag him down and execute him immediately. Imperial sister-in-law. Your Highness Long Tian, I truly had no idea about Prince Crown and Chief Eunuch Feng's plot to harm His Majesty. These things have nothing to do with me at all. You must believe me. Believe in you. When you just had Heavenly Gate attack this king, your attitude was not like this. My heart was forced to make me do this. I am just a woman. I must obey. I have to follow the prince's orders. Oh. Your Majesty, Master Feng has been executed. His head is here. Quickly send his head to the capital to tell the Crown Prince. Let him get cleaned up and wait for this king. This is his fate. Yeah. Hang Tian, my good emperor. Please don't kill me. I will definitely mend my ways in the future. I will certainly reform myself. I will do my best to be a good person. I can ask for mercy. I will tell you all the crimes that committed. I beg you. Please, I beg you to spare me. Enough, no need to pretend to be pitiful here. I just said that I won't kill you for now. Really, Fifth Prince, you really won't kill me? Thank you, Fifth Prince. Don't be too quick to thank me. I only said I wouldn't kill you. But I didn't say I would let you go that easily. What do you plan to do with me? About that, I haven't thought it through yet. Xian Heir, arrange a guest room for the Crown Princess. But she is not allowed to leave the room. Understood, Your Highness. Please, Crown Princess. Since you have confirmed that the Crown Prince is plotting rebellion to poison the Emperor, I have decided to mobilize troops, and 2 days later, we will march to confront the Crown Prince, to save the Emperor. What? You want to mobilize troops against the Crown Prince? That's right. Such a beast with a wolfish ambition. If he were to inherit the throne, how could there be peace and stability in the realm? His Highness the Prince is right. The Crown Prince harms his brothers. Whether he seizes the throne, such a person is not fit to inherit it. I support unconditionally. The Fifth Prince should rise up and punish the Crown Prince. I also support. The Fifth Prince is the one with true virtue. He deserves to inherit the throne of Great Zhou, since Governor Ling and all feel that this king has done right. Then this king will follow public opinion. We will march out to suppress the rebels in 2 days. May the Blue Tiger Prince be dispatched. When did Dragon Heaven become so powerful? Not only did he defeat Tian Ke in one move, but he even found evidence of the Crown Prince's rebellion. What should we do now? Is the Empress still pondering how to take revenge on this prince? How could that be? Not only did the 5th prince spare my life, he even arranged such an exquisite private room for me. I am grateful. You haven't even had the chance yet. How could anyone think about seeking revenge on you? Is that so? The 5th Prince Qing can swear to heaven. If I ever do anything to harm the 5th Prince again, may I be struck by lightning and die an untimely death. May I not have a good end? All right. You don't need to worry too much. What this king said is, if I say I won't kill you, then I won't kill you. Of course, if the Empress Dowager is willing to cooperate with this king, it would be even better. What does the 5th Prince want me to do to cooperate with you? It's very simple. You've been by the Crown Prince's side all these years. You should know the military deployment in the capital best. I want the completed deployment map of the troops, and who among the court is an ally of the Crown Prince. No problem, I will tell you everything I know. Then thank you, Imperial Sister-in-law. Additionally, I have another question. What question? Prince, I am your Imperial Sister-in-law. If I am not mistaken. This is handmade yarn, right? Indeed, it is the guardian spirit. Then I am even more curious. You have been married to the Crown Prince for quite some time. You are certainly a beauty. Why is it that you are still untouched? Well, since we have reached this point, then I'll tell you everything I know, actually. Actually, the Crown Prince is a person with heavenly vision. What? The Crown Prince is impotent? That's right. He has been hiding this matter from everyone. He fears that if His Majesty finds out, he will be stripped of his title as Crown Prince. But just a year ago, the Emperor inadvertently learned about this. He flew into a rage. He wanted to strip the Crown Prince of his position as heir apparent. So, in order to secure his place on the throne, he harbored murderous thoughts towards his father. You guessed right. So that's how it was. It's really ridiculous. He's impotent. Even if he inherits the throne, what does it matter? He won't be able to have a son in the future. Who will inherit the great Zhou's empire? I have advised the Crown Prince many times, but he is just obsessed with the temptation of power. He refuses to stop. Ah, what a pity. To have such a stunning beauty around and not dare to approach. Princess Morong, what are you doing here? Long Tian, I have something to tell you. What is it? Go ahead. Long Tian, I admit that my attitude towards you before was indeed not good. That's because I've always thought you were just a good-for-nothing playboy prince. Let bygones be bygones. This king isn't fond of holding grudges. So you forgive me? Then our betrothal. Since you insist on breaking the engagement, this king will agree. No, I didn't mean that. I mean, can I not annul this marriage? What do you mean not annul it? It was you who forced me to break off the engagement back then. Now you say you won't annul it? Why is it still you? What exactly do you want? Can I at least kneel down and apologize to you? Hey, get up first. Let's talk properly. If you don't agree to fulfill the marriage pact, I won't get up. Fine, I agree. Hurry up and get up. Really? Actually, from the very beginning, when I learned that I had such a beautiful fiancé like you, still, I'm quite happy. You can rest assured that I will treat you well in the future, to make up for the sins I committed against you before. Besides, I'll have Xiao Cui prepare the horses. I'll rush back to Jinnan in a moment. I'll get father to send troops to help you attack the Crown Prince. Get Jinnan to send troops together. Right, you're his son-in-law. Who else should I help if not you? Then I thank Lady for that. So you think I'm the one to blame? Just wait until this king arms a modern army. It'll be done in no time. The following winter, Prince Qing Long Tian captured the capital city. He killed Crown Prince Long Yuan, ascended to the throne and proclaimed himself emperor. Changed the national title to Great Celebration, De Qing. People called him Emperor of the Celebration, Qing.